is a very beautiful Wednesday morning. Today is the 17th day in the month of December, year 2025. Welcome you to Break It Down, paper review on 32 FM 94.9. We are going to make sense of the stories making rounds on the national dailies. It will be no different. We check out the front pages of our national dailies. Thereafter, I move on to the conversation segment. And at some point, we open the studio lines for you to be a part of the show. My name is ADEOLA IBRAHIM. I'll be your host from now up until 7:15. But I'd like to remind you that we are live on Facebook, YouTube. It is 32FM 949 Fenye. 32FM 949 Fenye. You can head on to that platform. You can drop your reaction and let us know what you think about the stories making rounds. Without further ado, let's kickstart with a Punch newspaper this morning. The lead story says, insecurity. Police deploy special forces ahead of NLC protest today. Away from that, petrol battlefield. ICPC plans NMDPRA boss probe after Dangote petition. Blackout looms as gas shortfall hits the power stations. And the business scene of the Punch newspaper, federal government recorded 30 trillion naira revenue shortfall in 2025, coming from the finance minister, 𝐒𝐲𝐿𝐿. And the legislatures, they won against disbanding Imo Tiger Base Police Unit. Unizik student, they asked the federal government to reinstate Odo as the vice chancellor of the institution. And still on the Punch newspaper, leadership tussle for Imo Can block the Bar Catholic candidate. Still on the Punch newspaper, Donald Trump restricted the United States entry for Nigeria and 23 other countries. And this one says, elders, they recount horror as gunmen attack Anambra communities. The United States of America, they had Nigeria to travel restriction list. And this on the Punch newspaper says, Abia unveils database system to transform farming production in Abia State. And Kalu has done more for Abia North, coming from his aide as Benjamin Kalu. Alex Oti delivering on campaign promises, says the support group. Still on the Punch newspaper, government, they won against pipeline vandalism. The House of Representatives, they seek the release of aircraft soldiers restricted and detained by Burkina Faso. The All Progressive Congress, APC, the strengthened strategy ahead of the 2027 polls. And the Chief of Defense Staff, the seek Academia's partnership for military innovation in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu NJC, Bauchi State, the mourn as the ex-CGN Mohammed dies in Saudi Arabia. Okpebolo of Edo State to present 939.8 billion. Idris Oberivori, they signed the budget. Still on the Punch, the government cannot tackle insecurity alone. Yoruba elders, they say. The Senate lowers the oil benchmark, approved 54.46 trillion naira budget. Still on the Punch, the Senate has asked the DSS, the NSA to hunt Akpabio and Gowon debt rumor peddlers. Still on the Punch, tinted permit, NBA, the move against IG on January 2nd crackdown. And on the Punch, we have River State emergency rule, the Supreme Court verdict, incentive for constitutional tyranny, says the African Democratic Congress. JACPA is boosting diaspora remittances, says Dele Alake. And also 154.3 billion student loan disbursed in 19 months. Nelfon says, insurgency, federal government to acquire 24 fighter jet for 1.2 billion euros. ADC, height of 2027, the state chairman, the lock horns over the Congress of the party. And the breaking news for the Punch, 4 hospitalized as aircraft somersault at Owerri Airport. All of these on the Punch newspaper this morning. Let's check out what we have on the Vanguard this morning, 17th of December 2025. Workers are facing the worst survival crisis in Nigeria's history. Nigeria Labour Congress declare Nigeria 80% youth unemployment rate is an indictment on leadership, so says Peter Obi. The cabal made Muhammadu Buhari lock his room against him, so says Aisha Muhammadu Buhari. And this says Falana to AGF rearrests 10 soldiers, arrest 400 terror sponsors, 3 die in River State, renewed court clashes, and a court party, the carpet Imumulen over ADEOLA's defection to the Accord Party. The cabal made Buhari lock his room against me. I read that about Aisha Muhammadu Buhari. Now to the business scene. Naira down to 1,485 per dollar in the parallel market. ICPC probe. Allegations against me false. NMDPRA boss says on the Vanguard newspaper. Let's check out the Premium Times. On the Premium Times this morning, the United States has imposed partial travel ban on Nigerians, suspends entry for several visa categories. Still on the Premium Times, why electricity supply dropped in Nigeria. NISO says ICPC confirmed the receipt of Dangote's petition against the NMDPRA chief executive. The leaked video of Governor Enoch couldn't surprise how he got him blacklisted by IPI in Nigeria. Also, we have how Enugu community, how they actually is leading in pushing for family planning in Nigeria. The Senate approved 2026 to 2028 MTEF and FSP with new borrowing plan of 17.88 trillion naira. On the cables this morning, we have this one about NLC warning of plot to disrupt the nationwide protest against insecurity. And also the oil price has fallen to $58 per barrel, the first time since February 2021. Police arrest the TikToker Pella over suicide and reckless driving while live streaming. Still on the cables newspaper, the police arrest 9 suspects for supplying guns and illicit drugs to criminals. Also on the cable, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan queries federal government plan to mop up funds for the private sector. Akpabi says the National Assembly will receive 54 trillion 2026 budget this week as the Senate passes MTEF. A win for our democracy. Fagbemi praises Supreme Court judgment on River State emergency rule. All of these are the stories that we'll see on the national dailies. It is 14 minutes, come past 6. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be back with our in-house analyst to make sense of the story. Stick around. It is Break It Down Paper Review on 32 FM 94.9. We'll be back shortly.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie gave to me 12 slices suya, 11 orishi, 10 wraps of moi moi, 9 left for Riro, 8 plates of unkwabi, 7 pepper soup, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangus, 3 patty jollof, 2 geese dodo, and fufu with egusi. Have a delicious holiday season with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Ever wish you could hit reset? On that job that drains you? On the dreams you never chased? On the skills you wish you had? Imagine a fresh start as a tech bro or babe. Now you can. Welcome to Next Gen, powered by AirTel and 3MTT. Learn digital skills, build real projects, create your own story.
The future belongs to those who imagine and build it. Visit nextgen.3mttnigeria.com to register and start your tech journey today. Next Gen Fellowship, building Nigeria's next generation of tech talents. Powered by AirTel.
Since 1960, when I got flag been first shine for sun. We full ground with a few dreams, them one by one. Whether the house, school, road, or even bridge, we dey support family, business, and country. Oh, 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 yeah. La farm. Yeah, beyond cement, we dey build better dreams. Beyond concrete, Lafarge they build nation. Beyond structures, we they build correct future. Lafarge, we dey for people and planet. Oh, 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 la 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 Lafarge.
Lafarge, a member of Washin, Beyond Buildings.
Wake up, it's choco time. Dano Choco is here with a taste you love. Just open, pour, and enjoy the chocolatey ride. Dano Choco 3-in-1. Ooh, taste it, love it. Dano Choco 3-in-1. Ooh, I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. Aroma this
Niger vibe, Mr. Chef, two finger crush.
I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
Did you hear that? Wow! It's time for Laughter Santa!
It's that magical time of the year again. And 32FM 94.9, in partnership with Ride Ross, is bringing laughter, joy, and sparkle to Ibadan. Get ready for Laughter Santa 2025. From December 1st to 24th, the Palms Mall Ring Road becomes the merriest place in town. There will be games, 24 days of treasure hunt, beautiful gifts from Santa, arts and crafts, dance competitions, slides, rides, and endless fun for every child. And guess what? All the Christmas magic costs just 7,000 naira per child. And from 4:15 to 5 p.m. every weekday and 5:30 to 6 p.m. every weekend, you stand a chance to win awesome gifts on the Laughter Santa Radio Raffle. So come and make memories that jingle all the way with your little ones. Remember, Santa's laughter starts December 1st. For sponsorship and other inquiry, call Auntie Sumbo on 0913-246-1006 or Bolanle on 0810-067-2518. And to get your tickets, you can visit 32FM 94.9 at 4th floor Cocoa House, Dubai, Ibadan. Laughter Santa 2025. See you there.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó ga o, gbogbo ìgbà tí mo bá fi owó ránṣẹ́ tàbí gbowó wọlé, fíám, wọ́n kàn máa fa oríṣiríṣi owó yọ lọ́wọ́ mi ni. Owó àláàtì, owó ìfowóránṣẹ́ àti owó lórí pé mo san bíìlì pẹ̀lú. Mo kàn láàánú ènìyàn rárá o.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú Smart Cash, o lè fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí ilé ìfowópamọ́ mìíràn, san gbogbo bíìlì rẹ, kó dẹ̀ tún gba àláàtì, gbogbo rẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
Lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́?
Kódà, wọ́n tún máa san ìdá 15% owó èlérí fún ẹ lórí owó tí o bá fi pamọ́ lọ́dún.
Ṣé lóòótọ́? Àwẹ̀ fọ́nà mi. Báwo ni mo ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ Smart Cash?
Ó yá ká lọ. Kàn tẹ *939# tàbí kí o dáńlóòdù áàpù Smart Cash lónìí kí o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbádùn gbogbo ìdúnàdúrà rẹ láì ní owó àfikún kankan. Smart Cash, money matter na sense. Smart Cash wá látọwọ́ AirTel.
Start your day and have a good time.
𝐃𝐈𒂃.
And when you need to have the break time,
𝐃𝐈𒂃.
if not tea, papa garita.
𝐃𝐈𒂃.
Uber on the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie gave to me 12 slices suya, 11 orishi, 10 wraps of moi moi, 9 eforiro, 8 plates of unkwabi, 7 pepper soup, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangus, 3 patty jollof, 2 geese dodo, and fufu with egusi. Have a delicious holiday season with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, welcome back to Break It Down Paper Review on 32 FM 94.9. It is 48 minutes gone past 6. Now we're moving on to the conversation segment. We'll pick 5 stories as our hot topic for the morning. And to help us with the analysis of those stories, we're joined by our in-house analyst, Mr. Austin Ejuma. Good morning, Mr. Austin. How you doing?
Good morning, ADEOLA. I'm doing well. And you?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you for asking. All right, Mr. Austin, I think it is pertinent for us to start with the story. I think it concerns us all, and it is about the NLC's protest today. On the Punch newspaper, it says, insecurity, the police deploy special forces ahead of NLC protest today. And on the cable, it is said as NLC warning of plot to disrupt the nationwide protest against insecurity. And on the Vanguard newspaper, it is coined as workers. They are facing the worst survival crisis in Nigeria's history, still coming from the Nigeria Labour Congress. Now, the workers, they're saying they are facing the worst survival crisis in Nigeria's history, and the police deploying special forces ahead of the NLC protest about insecurity. Are we gradually shifting from, addressing the citizens' hardship to policing the citizens' hunger? And what does this mean for democracy, the labor right, and the everyday Nigerian who simply want to survive?
Yeah, it is not only the working class that are feeling or very brunt of either insecurity or extreme financial hardship in the country. Once in a while, I wonder if those who still earn income complain. How about almost the larger percentage of our populace who do not have opportunity to even earn a living at all? I hope you understand the point I'm making. So what I'm trying to say is that for those of us that are working, the money is barely not even enough anymore, let alone those who do not have any means of livelihood at all. It is the right of the citizen to protest, whether workers or any citizen for that matter. The Constitution guarantees right to peaceful protest. However, whatever protest in whatever form just have to be peaceful. It is not even according to the law that police permission should be sought for protest. What the law prescribes is that police should provide security to ensure peaceful protests. So if police, they are trying to deploy tactical team, they are trying to beef up more security, of course, it is also within the ambit of the law. Because if you look at series of protests that have gone south in the past, it is not even most of the time the intention of the organizer of those protests, but inability to properly coordinate at times could lead to a situation where hoodlum will hijack those protests, and there will be violence, there will be chaos, and that will put the organizers in bad light. NSA has guaranteed that this is going to be a peaceful protest for over insecurity. As far as I'm concerned, I will say 𝐒𝐈RAHIM. It is even too late as far as I'm concerned. If they have to do it, of course, they must abide by the law. Their protest must not also infringe on the free movement, which is also the right of any other Nigerian. Because where your right ends, the right of other starts. It is not lawful or it is not compulsory that every Nigerian must participate in that protest. Let them designate some areas where they will converge to communicate to government representatives or those in government, as the case may be. The protest must be properly guided. Police should not harass people. Police should not tear gas people. What police should do is to ensure that the protest become peaceful, and those who want to disrupt the protest and give the labor a bad name must be rightly apprehended. So for me, I think it's a welcome development.
Okay.
The protest, of course, is long overdue. Protest, we talk about protest in Nigeria because of, at times, the violent nature due to lack of proper management. Protest is actually a way of life in a senile clime. It's a way of making one of the ways of making government accountable is through civil protest. But protest must be civil.
Okay.
Protest must be peaceful. Protest must not infringe on the right of other people. The idea of blocking road, disrupting vehicular activity, government cannot also sit and watch that happen. So let police guarantee security and let the labor movement abide by the rule.
Okay. All right. Since we're talking about insecurity, because, I mean, NLC, they're going out today because of majorly insecurity. Now, this story is also about insecurity. The U.S., they've added Nigeria to the list of countries facing partial travel restriction. Now, the U.S. is saying Nigeria is not part of the countries facing partial travel restriction. And they've cited security and documentation concerns. In fact, there's a list of countries, mostly in Africa, about 15 of them. We have Angola, we have Barbuda, we have Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Dominica, Gabon, Gambia. Just a list of them: Senegal, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe. So we are part of those countries. Now, my question, now the U.S., I mean, placing us on a list of countries facing partial travel restriction. What does this say about Nigeria's global image, our security concerns and governance?
Yeah, it's a bad reputational issue for the country. The 15 countries you just listed now, they fall under partial restriction. You know, Nigeria was not there before. But the moment I reason within myself that with the CPC nomenclature that Nigeria will be designated, that most likely there will be a kind of restriction that will be coming. And when I heard it was not actually surprising to me. And apart from the issue of countries like Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, those ones were placed on full restriction, which means no visa can be granted to any citizen of such country. Of course, in the Nigerian context and other 15 countries, the implication is that there will be more scrutiny now. There will be more denial, as the case may be. It does not mean that visa cannot still be granted. The security concern, apart from the security concern, there is also the issue of overstay. The B2, B1 visas, the US database has shown that over 5% of Nigerians have actually overstayed their visa. You know, we also tell our people the issue of documentation. There is need to constantly regularize your document, because when there are infringement as a result of overstay, that can also lead to a kind of policy sanction that can affect other people. So this is what is just playing out now. Like I said earlier, it's not as if that is not going to happen at all in terms of visa permission, but there's going to be more restriction, there's going to be more scrutiny, and the cases of refusal will also go up. So we appeal to our people too, wherever they find themselves, let them do as much as possible to validate their status.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's check out, I think the business thing, kind of, because there's a lot going on between Dangote and the NMDPRA. Just a lot to digest. So I'm going to list some of the allegations made by Dangote against the NMDPR. The ICP has confirmed the receipt of Dangote's petition against NMDPR. But I would like to, list some of the allegations made by Dangote against the boss, the chief executive. Now, the ICPC, they confirmed receiving a petition from Aliko Dangote against the chief executive officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. That's Farouk Ahmed. According to Dangote, it mentioned that there's a lot going on in that sector, especially for the CEO, because he has continued to grant licenses to import refined petroleum product into Nigeria. And Dangote expressed concern that that practice, it poses a threat to domestic refining and the larger Nigerian economy. That's one allegation. He also mentioned that, Farouk, he accused him of economic sabotage, that he has been colluding with international traders and oil importers through ongoing issuance of import licenses. He also mentioned that his children, they're in Switzerland, and the amount of money they're paying, it could, indicate a conflict of interest. When you talk about the misappropriation of public funds, he provides details figuring his children's education abroad. He just said a lot, right? He said about $5 million is paid on secondary school education for 6 years, $2 million on tertiary education, all of this by Farouk. And he said this is public funds. I want your reaction. How do we make sense of this when there is a conversation of, saying you're issuing licenses to get, petroleum into Nigeria, and there's one about misappropriation of funds by Ahmed Farouk. So is it not a conflict of interest going on right here between Dangote and NMDPRA?
Yeah, it's a battle of interest. It's an economic battle. It could also be viewed from a trade angle. Granting of licenses, Dangote is saying that the indiscriminate granting of licenses is a deliberate attempt by Farouk Lawan agency to undermine local refining capacity and destroy investment in that sector. Dangote has the largest investment in that sector, and that is a whole lot. He must fight with everything within himself to keep and maintain his investment. Having said that, Farouk Lawan has also come out to make some clarification that what they are trying to do is to eliminate substandard products. Are they now insinuating that Dangote's products are substandard? They need to clarify that. For me, I do not think simply granting licenses amount to sabotaging Dangote refinery. What we want to see is a complete competition within the system. And I also want a situation where, according to the CEO, he's saying that the purpose of importation is to ensure that we have a buffer stock, that we don't run out of stock, that the local refining capacity for now cannot still meet our local consumption. Now, Dangote came with a sweeping allegation. He even promised that he was going to publish the record of the children, the record of these children in the school. Is it just to give the dog a bad name in order to hang the dog?
Okay.
In my view, I was thinking, where could Farouk Lawan get a whopping sum of $5 million for his children's education? He talks about long-saving investment, family investment, inheritance.
All right, maybe when we come back.
All this area. Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to wrap up that thought. We need to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more reaction from you and probably from our listeners. Stick around. It is Break It Down Paper Review on 32 FM 94.9.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie gave to me 12 slices suya, 11 orishi, 10 wraps of moi moi, 9 eforiro, 8 plates of unkwabi, 7 pepper soup, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangus, 3 patty jollof, 2 giz dodo, and fufu with egusi. A delicious holiday season with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together. Me and Maggie, so good together.
This taste na banger, this taste na creamy rich, this taste na new Nescafe original 3-in-1. Thickness, enjoyment, yumminess, happiness, delightfulness, deliciousness, smoothness. This taste na new Nescafe original 3-in-1.
Enjoy more creamy richness with the new Nescafe original 3-in-1 in the new pack. That's strong, finish strong.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Ó ga o, gbogbo ìgbà tí mo bá fi owó ránṣẹ́ tàbí gbowó wọlé, fíám, wọ́n kàn máa fa oríṣiríṣi owó yọ lọ́wọ́ mi ni. Owó àláàtì, owó ìfowóránṣẹ́ àti owó lórí pé mo san bíìlì pẹ̀lú. Mo kàn láàánú ènìyàn rárá o.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú Smart Cash o lè fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí ilé ìfowópamọ́ mìíràn, san gbogbo bíìlì rẹ kó dẹ̀ tún gba àláàtì, gbogbo rẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Kódà wọ́n tún máa san ìdá 15% owó èlérí fún ẹ lórí owó tí o bá fi pamọ́ lọ́dún.
Ṣé lóòótọ́? Àwẹ̀ fọ́nà mi. Báwo ni mo ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ Smart Cash?
Ó yá ká lọ. Kàn tẹ *939# tàbí kí o dáńlóòdù áàpù Smart Cash lónìí kí o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbádùn gbogbo ìdúnàdúrà rẹ láì ní owó àfikún kankan. Smart Cash, money matter na sense. Smart Cash wá látọwọ́ ADEOLA.
What you're about to taste is so hot, it's got basket mouth singing.
Mini Niger pepper flavor. Yeah. Mini Niger pepper flavor. Chris. Heat.
Mini pepper, Niger flavor.
Nothing brings the heat like the bold taste of Mini Noodles Niger Pepper Flavor. Try it today and see for yourself. Mini Noodles Niger Pepper Flavor. Slap it like it's hot.
Ìyàwó òde ẹ̀yọ́ látó lóyún ní gbogbo nǹkan máa ń wù láti jẹ o, ṣùgbọ́n kò sí ohun tó tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn. Ará àdúgbò mi, Màmá Amaka, pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ò ṣe dánmọ́rán láàrin wa ló máa gbà mí lẹ̀ o. Pẹ̀lú àmàlà àti àbùlà tí wọ́n fi kóró ìsebẹ̀ Mr. Chef aládùn adìyẹ gbogbo ní ṣe pẹ̀lú tòmátò masala ṣe pẹ̀lú Mr. Chef. Akíkanjú mi ni o.
Ṣe ìgbádùn ìtọ́wọ́ àṣà pẹ̀lú kóró ìsebẹ̀ Mr. Chef tó ṣe fi ìka méjì rún. Ó wà ní kóró ìsebẹ̀ adùn ẹran màálù, adìẹ àti edé Mr. Chef. Adùn oúnjẹ ilé, adùn ìtọ́wọ́ àṣà.
Since 1960, when Niger flag been first shine for sun, we full ground with a few dreams, then one by one. Whether the house, school, road, or even bridge, we dey support family, business, and country. Yeah, beyond cement, we dey build better dreams. Beyond concrete, Lafarge dey build nation. Beyond structures, we dey build correct future. Lafarge, we dey for people and planet.
Lafarge, a member of WASHIN, Beyond Buildings.
Hello everyone.
My name is Linda.
And I'm Ibrahim.
And we know how much this season means to you.
And we hope you can make it even more special by eating some delicious meals made with Sonia tomato mix.
We also wish you jollification in abundance.
So, Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year in advance.
We
Oh, I can't take you for a Christmas carol.
Sonia tomato mix, so much love.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
It's Laughter Santa!
It's Laughter Santa! It's Laughter Santa! It's Laughter Santa!
Come on!
Laughter Santa! La 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 la!
A big thank
thank you to all our sponsors who made this year's Laughter Santa possible. Partners like Cheetos, Beloxi, Sunch Constix, Seaway, Dudu, Toddler's Toys Mart, Accessible Publishers, Fauzi Hotels, Vital Products, Nature's Field, Ride Ross, Hallelujah Oil. We say thank you and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie gave to me 12 slices suya, 11 orishi, 10 wraps of moi moi, 9 eforiro, 8 plates of unkwabi, 7 pepper soup, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangus, 3 patty jollof, 2 geese dodo, and fufu with egusi. Have a delicious holiday season with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together. Me and Maggie, so good together.
àfi ká wá nǹkan ṣe sọ́rọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tó ń gbówó lórí yìí o. lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ a máa dín owó tá à ń san fáwọn ìkànnì mọ́ọ̀máwòrán kù. 3 crowns milk láti.
Rárá o, ẹ má dé bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá o.
torí kíni.
Iṣẹ́ ńlá ni màmá ń ṣe àti pé 3 crowns milk máa ń ṣara àwọn màmá lóore kí wọ́n lè máa ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fẹ́ bí wa.
Ìṣúra láìlẹ́gbẹ́ làwọn màmá torí náà jẹ́ kí màmá mọ rírì ìṣúra tí wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú 3 crowns milk.
3 crowns milk ìlera àwọn màmá ayọ̀ ẹbí.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
It is still breaking down. Paper review on 32 FM 94.9. It is 9 minutes gone past 7. Our time is fast spent. I thought I could get some reaction from Mr. Austin Idumo to wrap up the show, but the time is against us. We're going to pick your calls now, but please let's make the reaction very concise. You have about 1 minute to give your reaction. The numbers to call to be a part of the show: 0906 200949, 0906 200949, or 0809 700949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. ADEOLA.
Good morning, sir. Good to have you. What's the name?
This is Tolu. I'm calling from UI.
All right, Mr. Tolu.
Thank you. You see, on the planned protest by the NSC, sincerely, is a good one and a welcome development, because the economic policy of the federal government is only working on the pages of our newspapers. This is a government that told us recently that they've met their revenue target, and this morning they're telling us again that they are having shortfall.
Shortfall, yes.
Yes, where is coherence in all of this? It means that they are not being sincere with us, and it's quite unfortunate. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tolu, for your reaction. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. I'm very on UI.
Good to have you. Good to have you, sir. What's the name?
I'm Mario, calling from Apatia.
Let's hear you, sir.
I want to ask you a question. Can we say that Mr. President is getting it right, talking about those who the extradition has been detaining on corruption business? Talk about this guy that was former labor minister in the. And now you're having Farouk, this guy that's having with Dangote. Do you think that Mr. President is getting it right, trying to curtail the rest of those corrupt individuals in this country? That's my question. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, Mr. Austin, can you give him a quick answer to that? It said, is Mr. President getting it right by curbing corruption in Nigeria? Concise.
Well, whether he's getting it right or not, we cannot say now until we get evidence to get conviction at the end of the day. But the truth of the matter is that we were all alive in the last administration. We knew what the guys did. They destroyed the economy of our country through one-time corruption. So whether the president is getting it right, I can't say.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that have been put on trial, and at the end of the day, they get off the hook. But the truth of the matter is that somebody who has never worked in any company, who has never owned a company, who suddenly, because as a minister, he now has investment worth hundreds of billions. How do you explain that?
Okay.
So that's the problem.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Good to have you. Hello. All right, I guess you have to turn down the volume of your radio set. Let's take some comment on Facebook. We have Mr. Festus Ose Okodia. It says NLC has lost its values and relevance to workers and Nigerians. They were compromised when their interventions were almost needed by Nigerians since 2023 and beyond. Greetings from Benin City. Thank you, Mr. Festus. Mr. Fowler Femi says, good morning, 32 FM. The planned NLC protest is a good thing to register the pains and displeasure of Nigerians on the state of economy, governance, quality, state of infrastructure, and the general well-being of their country, men and women. However, this must be peaceful and must not infringe on the right of other people. It says, good morning, ADEOLA. Good morning, Austin. Thank you, Mr. Fowler Femi. We have Adedamola Okunola saying, beautiful morning to you. Nigerians no longer have trust in NLC because of their previous protests and outcome. I hope this protest will yield a good result. The leaders of this group should go there to represent the masses well and not the other way around. All right, thank you. Omwade Adekune says the rate at which bandits are operating with impunity in Nigeria is getting alarming, and it is high time the federal government needed to ensure adequate security at the local level. Mr. Sarafaddin Alarakpe Olaleko says good morning. Good morning. Please Adike, good morning. Tolokpe Adeyemi says good morning. Now we know why they are borrowing excessively, even after the promise made when subsidy was removed. We truly need to diversify our economy and stop mortgaging the future of the unborn generation. All right, we have Mr. Fataki Toby saying, good morning, Adeola. God bless you and the entire crew of the 32 FM. Of a truth, the government cannot tackle the issue of insecurity alone. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam. Let's hear you.
Yes, this is Miriam from Odejayi.
All right, Miss Miriam, let's hear you.
The NLC to me is a good news. But proper organization is the key. They truly must ensure peaceful and not that the protest will be hijacked by hoodlums. And let's hope that the security agencies will do it professionally. Because at the end of the day, we will end up hearing that they are being tear gas and things like that. So we need the federal government to also come up with the lasting solutions to the most affected problems they are battling.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Madam Mariam. Mr. Austin Idumo, do you have a final thought before we go?
On the case of corruption, quickly,
okay.
There was a minister from Ibadan. His office is around Mokola area.
Okay.
He used to go to the bank to withdraw 100,000 before he became minister.
Okay.
All of a sudden, he started buying houses all over Ibadan. We were all alive.
Okay.
What we are asking for is that let there be thorough investigation to bring these guys to justice. Okay. And those who are in government now who are also stealing, their own nemesis will come. They can't be in power forever.
Okay.
These people are evil. They are wicked to all of us in Nigeria.
All right, Mr. Austin, thank you so much for the final thought. My name is ADEOLA IBRAHIM. I'll be back again tomorrow, same time, 6:30 o'clock a.m. precisely. Don't forget. Have a nice day.